Welcome out to the Epically Geeky Show, episode number 149. I'm your host for the evening, Eugene Stevens. Tonight's opening question is, what did you do with trick-or-treat candy when you got home? Joseph, what did you do with trick-or-treat candy when you got home?
So actually, I technically have two answers to this. When I was a little kid, I would just power through as much of the candy as possible.
Just like shoving it in.
Just shoving it in. And as I got older, I would dump out my whatever receptacle I was using at the time and categorize it by type and then by size. And then I would choose the ones I wanted to eat, one out of each type or and size.
And that's why you're on the Epically Geeky Show.
Wow.
Chris, what did you do with candy whenever you got home from trick-or-treating?
Whatever receptacle I had, which was usually a pillowcase, I would dump it out and immediately sort it. So I had, much like Joseph, it was miscellaneous candy like gum and Popeye cigarettes and all that candy corn and all that crap. Stuff I didn't like. Chips, chocolate, gummies, suckers, and pop. And then once that was all organized, I used to hoover the chocolate until it was gone.
Nice. Ray, what about you?
I too am a geek. As soon as we'd get home, dump it out, and it was always sorted into chocolate, your sweets and your sugars, so just like your hard candies and your soft candies, chewies, all that. Chips, pop, and then your dislike pile. Dislike pile would always go straight to the garbage because it was all shit.
It was gross.
And then I'd eat 2 or 3 pieces. That was what we were allowed in our household. It was you get 2 or 3, you get to pick, and if you get a big one, that's the whole thing. That's what you get. And then I did say pop soda.
Soda.
We would have our soda.
Who gives out soda in trick or treating?
Oh, apparently that was a thing, man.
The best houses give out full cans of pop.
Oh, not when you're a parent. Oh my god.
Heavy fast.
It does get heavy, but it's awesome. As a kid, it's like, fuck yeah. Can of Crush? Yeah.
Hell yeah. Sean, what about you?
I would drop my bag of candy off with my parents, swap costumes with my best friend, and go back out. I did that a lot, but yeah, the parents would like sort through and make sure there wasn't any razor blades or any crap like that in it. And then I'd eat as much as my parents would tell me to stop, and then I'd stash a whole bunch in my like night drawer when they weren't looking. And yeah, just like continue eating until I wanted to throw up at night. And to this day, my mom still bugs me about finding like toffees and all that in my nightside drawer that had melted into the wood.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Well, you couldn't eat the toffees at night, man, because you could choke on them. But but yeah, she still to this day still like freaking is pissed off about it.
So, because my brother and I were only 2 years apart, usually when we would go trick-or-treating, it was come home and dump everything together in one pile. And so it didn't matter. I mean, we pretty much got the same amount and the same things, but it was just like, okay, well, we're just going to put everything together or whatever. And then we were allowed to eat, a certain amount of candy or whatever before, we had to go to bed. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if we separated it out into the specific types, but I know my mom did because that's what we do when they come home. It's like, oh, look, it's time for the parent tax. So these certain things are going over here. And yeah. So.
Very important.
We don't have the parent tax at home because I buy the candy.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's like they like pick the stuff up. Oh, you got a good haul. Take a look at my haul and I'll bring out boxes because I don't get trick-or-treaters. So I buy a lot of candy, and then I'll like set my stuff in the middle. Oh, I got more than you. Mine's even labeled.
He's showing out for his kids.
Sorted.
Well, tonight's topic is we decided we were going to do the Sweet 16 of trick-or-treat candy. Now, as some people have already brought up on the show, and we didn't really go into this too much during the pre-show, but I guess once we start going through the candy, if there's something on the list that's not specifically candy, we can decide whether or not we want to allow it or not. So I'm not gonna be too strict on this or whatever, because I mean it's Halloween candy. I mean, So went to random.org, came up with a list, and the first person who gets to nominate a candy for the Sweet 16 is Sean. Sean, what would you like for your first pick to go on the Sweet 16 of trick or treat candy?
This is tricky. My top pick, I don't think anyone else is going to get it because I got it on a fluke. But I don't want all the easy stuff to be taken. Oh, screw it. I'm going with Toblerone. I got those individual Toblerones.
Wow.
The kids have gotten that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
God,
never think of it
love
for Halloween.
Toblerone.
No.
I always think of it as a Christmas thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it was probably from the Christmas before. Someone freaking just found a pack in the back of their closet. But oh god, they were good. I love Toblerone.
So you're old Toblerones.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care.
Aged.
Aged. There you go. It's not old. It's aged.
Yeah, it still tasted good.
Next up is Joseph. Joseph, what's the first thing you'd like to nominate?
Candy corn. Specifically, the pumpkins.
Oh, dude!
Those are good.
I like those as well. I thought for sure no one else was going to pick candy corn. In fact, I was like, all right, I'm going to throw it out there just because it's a staple. I did not think anyone was going to pick candy corn.
There is literally a candy jar on my table.
And then one of those. Oh.
No.
There's literally a candy jar on the table in my living room right now, just full of candy corn. That just grab a couple.
Just grab them and go. Yep.
No, that's
why
gross.
I'm diabetic.
Off air, remind me to tell you a story off air later.
It's super racist. That's why he can't say it.
All right.
Family member being racist, not him.
Not me.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh.
So yeah.
Yeah, as my friend Daniel would say, so you had the sugars. So which I still love the fact that he came up with that. Next up is Ray. Ray, what's the first one you like to nominate?
I'm going to go with one that I didn't enjoy as a kid, but I really enjoy now, and I think might go far in this. Coffee Crisp.
Ooh, yes. Those were good. And I could see why you didn't like them as a kid, because as a kid, the taste of coffee for most kids is like...
They were always the last ones, but I would eat them anyway.
My kids don't eat them. I get them all. They're great. I love
them. Chris, what's your first nomination?
I'm partial to a gummy, so I'm going to say Swedish Fish.
Okay.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, very similar to your Bigfoot.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. He already picked candy corn. I'm going with one that I know is going to go far in this thing, and that is Reese's Cups. Like they're the shit. Like I love them to this day. Once again, like we talked about before, that's why I have diabetes. So yeah. All right. We're back around to you, Sean.
I'm gonna go with oh damn it. I'm gonna go with caramel. The old standby.
Okay, is it just me or have they changed it recently? Because I remember it as a kid, and they changed the toffee on the inside or whatever. Like the caramel is not the same as it used to be.
So I think I'm gonna have to Google that.
It's okay, but my tongue maybe I don't know.
No, I think you're right. It's the lack of trans fat.
Probably.
Damn it, you need more trans fat in that.
Some of us can't eat trans fat.
Screw some of you.
Joseph, what's your next one?
The Hershey's Cookies and Cream Bars.
Ooh,
good.
Yes.
Really?
Those are good.
Good pick.
Those are good. Yeah.
I'm the only. My boss buys. He gets a lot of trick or treaters, so he always buys a lot of candy, and whatever they don't give out, he takes to the office, and I'm the only one that eats them, and I'm glad.
Those are white chocolate, though, right?
I don't care.
It's white chocolate, yeah.
Yeah.
They're so
They're
good.
though. That's a good one. Like Quinn really likes those ones.
Yep.
Yeah, they never last long around here.
Ray, next.
Well, Eugene, I see your coffee or your Reese peanut butter cups, and I raise you a Wonder Bar.
Ooh, that shit
Wunderbar.
Wunderbar.
My kids don't like those either.
Oh,
I eat a lot of those at Halloween. I love them.
Oh yeah, they're good. You stick them in the freezer just for a little bit, and then they're just the caramel around is a little bit hard. Oh, it's so good.
Just enough to rip out your filling.
That's right. That's right. Or your tooth.
Chris, you're next.
Okay. So just because of the way I eat these, crunchy bars.
Oh, you took mine.
Are you talking about a Nestle Crunch bar?
No.
No.
Crunchy. It's a Canadian.
It's sponge
Crunchy.
toffee wrapped in chocolate. So how I eat them, which used to drive my mother crazy, is I would delicately eat the chocolate all the way around and then eat sponge toffee.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. If you can get the sponge toffee down to like a little nub.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe it's Canadian.
Those are amazing.
Yeah, they're really good. Used to drive my mother. My mother, she's like, quit making love to your food. I'm like, this is I didn't make the rules. This is how you eat a crunchy bar.
This is my second pick. I'm gonna go with a Nestle Crunch bar.
Okay.
Good pick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Solid.
I like
Y'all remember those little Nestle Crunch bites that they would sell at the movie theaters?
Yes, those were fantastic.
No.
It was Sean. If you like Nestle Crunch bars, basically it was like it's like they took the crispy stuff on the inside, dipped it in chocolate, set them as just like little random bits. You could literally just like open up the bag and just go, ah, it was great. Once again, diabetes.
Yeah.
All right.
Nestle Crunch bar is just like a whole bunch of bars put together and makes an Easter bunny.
This whole episode is brought to you by diabetes.
I got the diabetes.
I
got the insulins if you need it.
All right, your third and final nomination.
Crispy Crunch. I'm taking it.
I didn't like those when I was a kid either. I learned to like them.
but I love them now.
Yeah, they're good now.
Crispy Crunch, okay.
And they're better than the Butterfinger.
Oh yes, they are.
Oh, I know what
had
you're
a
talking
whole
about
big
now.
discussion
Yeah,
about
that
that
one
at
was
supper.
definitely better than Butterfinger. So.
Yeah.
Y'all may have to remind me of some of these.
Oh yeah,
it's been
that's
a little
okay.
while. But once you start reminding me, I'll be like, oh yeah, that was really good.
Poor Joseph's like.
I'm just gonna Google them.
Yeah, I'll just Google them.
All right, Joseph.
I'll see a YouTube video of people enjoying them and be like, oh yeah, I can totally get into that.
Yeah.
No, we'll send you a care package. Don't worry.
What's your final pick, Joseph?
Oh, this is gonna be hard because no one has mentioned like any of the real staples that go out. So like, I guess we're going for like the B side of candies here. So I'm gonna go with 100 grand.
Really? So you're one of
Not here.
those.
You don't get them up here.
No. What's in
I think it's similar to
So
O. Henry.
it's like a Snickers bar, but instead of peanuts, they put the little crispy stuff, like the crispy wafer inside. So it's like the caramel, the crispy wafer, the nougat, and then the chocolate.
Ooh.
I'm gonna Google it.
That does
Yeah,
sound
I'm gonna
like
Google that. That sounds really good.
That sounds like
kind of like a Mr. Big. Yeah, that sounds like a Mr. Big. Mr.
All right.
Big.
Ray, your final pick?
My final pick is going to be a Canadian version of what you guys call, we call them Smarties up here.
Yeah, I was wondering what
Your
that was.
Smarties are called Rockets, and they're not as good as our Smarties.
No.
Yes.
And our
I'm
Smarties are better than M&M's.
Oh,
Yes.
Smarties 100% better than M&M.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right, Chris, what's your last one?
Damn.
I know. Yeah, I'm gonna do Mr. Big because those are my like adult favorite now, which is like a wafer. So you got the wafer in the middle, then you have caramel around it, and then you have the crispy chocolate around that, and they're just super good. So I eat all of those. I don't even think the kids get a chance to because they're a little bit rare.
I know I got one when I was walking. I don't know where it went though.
Yeah. Mom ate it.
My
I don't even
last
buy
one.
those individual. I go to the bulk barn for those.
Oh, yeah, you can go to bulk burn and get them. Yeah.
My last one I'm picking is definitely a staple, and that is Snickers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I love a good Snickers.
All
right.
What kind of Snickers? The regular one or the
I'm going with the regular.
almond? Okay.
I'm going with the regular one. So.
Almond one is so much better, though.
They have them with almonds now?
I don't think I've ever had one with almonds.
Yes, but the small ones that usually are handed out are just the normal
Just
ones.
peanuts.
They're
Yeah.
just normal ones, but if you get, like, if I have the choice between the almond one,
That and the almond. Okay, I'll definitely have to try. I don't know if I've tried the almond. I'll have to check that out.
You're weird.
Okay, so we have a 16th place, so we need to vote on what's going to go in there. I solicited my wife and kids before the show, and some things that were put out there include Mounds, normal Hershey bar, Jolly Ranchers, Starburst, and then the one that was thrown in there that's technically not a candy but is pretty regularly is Rice Krispie treats.
I wrote that one down too.
So does anyone are of the ones that I listed, or if anyone else wants to throw out anything else?
Tootsie
Dots.
What'd you say, Joseph?
Dots.
Oh yeah, dots. Yeah, there's a little gummy.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
dots.
Great for pulling out
the
filling.
ones the ones that stick to your teeth, almost as bad as Swedish Fish.
Yes.
Do you guys have goodies down there?
Oh, I almost
No.
picked those.
Oh
my God.
Don't have
Gross.
those.
It's a black licorice with a candy coating over top.
That will not be getting my vote anyway.
Sorry, Sean, just you and me, buddy.
Yeah, I guess so.
I bought a bag of those last week. I had them beside my nightside table. Oh man, the bathroom movements the next day. Holy God.
Oh, Lord.
I love black licorice.
We've got a lot of chocolate on here. As much as I'd like to nominate the Hershey,
the Rice Krispie treats because
I'm okay with Rice Krispie treat.
I'm okay with that as well.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, it could be the
All
first
right,
one
we'll do
gone.
that then.
they got to be homemade. So.
You're not allowed anymore.
Not anymore.
Since we were kids, you can't do that.
I know.
Elaine likes to buy the Boo-Berry and the Frankenberry and the Count Chocula and make Rice Krispie treats out of those.
We don't even have that in Canada anymore.
There was a limited.
We had them when we were down
edition. There. Yeah, we had one down there. But Logan still talks about how her and Lainey made marshmallow squares out of Fruity Pebbles.
Yes.
Oh, I used to love Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
I still do.
I still do. Yeah. Whenever she makes those bars, I'm like, oh look, it looks like unicorn poop. So.
Yep.
Oh, appetizing.
Yes, absolutely. All right, well, here we go. Here's our Sweet 16. So, let me read off the how it's going to go now. So it doesn't really matter, I guess, what it goes up against first, but so first one is the Toblerone versus the Crunchy Bar, Candy Corn versus Nestle Crunch, Coffee Crisp versus Crispy Crunch.
Mm-hmm.
Swedish Fish versus 100 Grand, Reese's Cups versus Smarties, Caramel versus Mr. Big, Hershey's Cookies and Cream versus Snickers, and the Wonder Bar versus the Rice Krispie treats.
Goodbye,
That's a brutal bracket.
So there's going to be some hard ones here. So let's get started. So the first one is Toblerone versus Crunchy Bar. Which one is the Crunchy Bar? Did I have that one?
The Crunchy Bar is because it's the sponge toppy wrapped in chocolate. So we brought a Crunchy Bar.
Sorry, man. Toblerone is good, but I gotta go with the Crunchy Bar, man. Like that toffee in the middle is just so good.
Was that the one that we put in the fridge for a little bit?
That was the Wonder Bar.
That's the Wonder Bar. So the Crunchy,
like the little golden flecks in it, and the chocolate is better than anything on the list.
Doesn't matter.
I will give that to you. That the chocolate is pretty supreme.
It has a honey flavor in the chocolate.
Is that what that is?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, but the Crunchy Bar is a Crunchy Bar.
The Crunchy Bar is a Crunchy
Oh, I know. I totally get it. And if they hadn't been matched together, they would have been the final two.
Oh, that one? Yeah, that one's
I win.
All right, so votes for Toblerone.
Right here.
That's the only one I know, so I'll go.
All right, votes for Crunchy Bar.
Crunchy it is.
All right.
Son of a bitch.
The squeaker.
Oh, that one.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a good one. All right.
I gave it to Eugene
yeah,
for a
I
reason.
Knew we bought it.
Next up is Candy Corn versus Nestle Crunch.
It's obvious that Candy Corn is the superior one.
Sorry, I'm going with the Nestle Crunch on this one.
I like them both.
Oh, so do I. But,
listen, a good candy corn is I enjoy it, but I prefer the Nestle Crunch.
But those kind of candies have like a weird, gritty, weird texture.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, they do.
No,
the crispy crunch is like Rice Krispies and chocolate, man.
Exactly.
It's a better version of Rice Krispies. Rice Krispies is so, or the whatever I'm saying is gone.
Uh-oh. Here's the alcohol.
The alcohol's kicking in.
All right, I'm thinking here.
Did you say thanking?
Thinking.
Pretty sure you did.
I'm trying to think if I were out trick or treating, or if I was trick or treating with the boys, which one would I rather pull out of the bag?
Leslie.
Oh yeah.
It's
Might have
easier
moved
to
point.
it's
Three of you all
easier
voted
to
for
sneak
Crunch.
that bar than it is to eat the sneak those candy corn, because the candy corn, it's obvious when you're eating the candy corn.
Yeah, but see, I don't think Christy likes them. I don't think Alex likes them, so it'd be easier. All right.
No, so then you know it's going to be left over at the end, so you're going to sneak that chocolate bar.
All right. So vote for candy corn.
Nah.
Vote for a Nestle Crunch bar.
Sorry, dude.
All right.
I knew it was going to happen anyway.
We love you, Joseph.
All right. Next one up is Coffee Crisp versus Crispy Crunch.
This one's so tough.
Those are two Canadian chocolate bars.
This one's
No.
Yeah.
Crispy Crunch. I like Coffee Crisp. Don't get me wrong. When I was a kid and as an adult, but
yeah, the crispy crunch. I thought.
I don't know though, because Crispy Crunch.
See, and I don't even like, and that was the thing. I don't even like coffee. I don't drink coffee. I don't really care for coffee. But I remember this thing being really good.
I remember your reaction.
Oh, it's
It
good.
is.
Yeah, they're really good. See, I like coffee.
If you have a toothache, then Coffee Crisp. But other than that, you want the Crispy
I
Crunch.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm voting for the Coffee Crisp just because,
All right.
like I said, it's so unlike what I would normally like that the fact that I liked it, it stuck with me. So
And you couldn't go Toblerone. You're an ass. I'll remember. Probably.
no, you won't.
No. I'll remember that. The stupid
Okay.
Things.
Who won? Who won that round? Which one won that round?
We haven't voted yet. All right,
Oh.
so vote for Coffee Crisp.
Oh, seriously?
All right,
Yeah,
well there
stop.
it is.
Like, you've just knocked out two of my choices. I'm
It's
blaming
not
Chris,
about you,
'cause
Sean.
he's the
It's
one who's
about finding
doing it.
what's the best.
I thought Coffee Crisp was going to lose that round because the Butterfinger is so popular down in the States, and the Crispy Crunch is so much better. I thought that was going
I
to
don't
win
like
for
how it
sure.
sticks to my teeth.
And see, the older I used to love Butterfinger, and the older I've gotten, the less I like it. And I think it's for the same reason. It wants to stick in your teeth, and not like in a fun way. Like
No,
it's
like you need a pick
Crispy
to get
Crunch
that
is
out.
half
Yes.
the size, though. Like, it's, oh my god. You guys suck.
all right. Swedish Fish versus 100 Grand.
Oh, see, and I've never had
Oh.
100 grand, so I actually
I've
don't
never
know.
had 100 grand.
Look up what 100 grand is.
It looks
Joseph.
delicious.
I looked it up. It looks good.
Yeah, it does. But I really like I like gummy candies.
See, here's the thing. I'm not a big fan of Swedish Fish.
Mhm.
Given the candy aisle at the at a convenience store or the grocery store or whatever, I don't think there's a very rare time that I would pick 100 grand. But I would still pick it over Swedish Fish.
Oh man, I would love to live in the land of gummy. Oh. But I'm gonna wait till Chris picks because I'm voting whatever the hell she doesn't.
Well, I don't think this one's gonna win because I'm picking the Swedish Fish.
Then I'm going 100 grand. She's already knocked out two of my choices.
Oh, okay, retribution. I get
Yep. I've never even had 100 grand. I'm going with 100 grand.
it.
All right. Well, if there's no more debate on it, Swedish Fish, 100 grand.
Oh, that feels good.
Oh,
Yeah.
feel better.
All right. Next up, Reese's Cups versus Smarties.
See now,
You son of a bitch.
Reese's
Now you know
Pieces,
how I feel.
Smarties together with Reese's peanut butter cups, like combine. Oh, that would be.
What? Haven't you done that? I've done it.
No, I've never done that.
I'm about to.
Well, you gotta
Here's
throw
the thing.
the peanut butter cup in the microwave first for a little bit, so the Smarties melt in. Oh,
Oh, good Lord. No wonder you have diabetes.
I know, right?
oh yeah.
Oh,
It's worth it.
here's the thing. I mean, we don't get Smarties down here. The closest thing you could say would be M&Ms.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not even close.
M&Ms are not that great. The peanut butter M&Ms are fantastic. I mean, the peanut butter M&Ms are fantastic. But like Reese's is just part of life. Like that's like
So
in ice cream, blizzards, just everything.
the only thing I'm going to say though is every time we get the kids version, like every time we get the Halloween version, I always feel like it's like the rejected ones from the factory, because they're always a little bit smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And then usually sometimes you get like the oil on the bottom of them. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Dude, you actually look at them? I like open the box and I don't even see them. They
Spit
could
the
be
wrappers
different
out
colors.
afterwards.
I know, right?
Oh man.
Like you're eating sunflower seeds. Just
Yeah.
out the wrapper.
Oh, I love Smarties.
Oh no, we're talking
Oh
about
no,
Reese's.
I'm talking about
The Reese's.
The Reese's.
Oh,
You get the oil on the bottom sometimes.
I find I lose half my chocolate on the bottom of the freaking paper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
sometimes because they're getting
Smarties
warm
don't melt until they're
in your
I'm
hand,
just saying.
and then
Oh,
you
yeah.
get all that dye all over your hand.
Oh yeah, then you're like colored and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What are you voting, Chris? This could be a
I'm not
problem.
telling. I'm not telling. No.
Close your eyes, Sean.
All right. This is going to kill me if this doesn't pass. Reese's peanut butter cups.
The Americans versus the Canadians.
Fucking Canadians.
Well, I will say this. Last year, after Halloween, Jen had come over to the house for, I don't remember what we were doing. And she's like, I'm going to bring some candy, leftover candy. I'm going to bring some Reese's. Cool. She brought the ones that were white chocolate. And Elaine and I both looked at her like, what? Why?
No.
Yeah.
They sat in my pantry for like a month. And then I was like, is it okay to throw these out now? Because
Aw, Jen.
They're like, okay, is there anything else to eat? Nothing?
I've never even heard of white chocolate Reese's.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
I haven't tried them. I don't really like chocolate.
So, all right. Next up is the caramel versus Mr. Big.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Damn it.
Haha.
Now, did I have a Mr. Big?
I know.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Here, I'll show you the picture.
I don't think you did.
No, I think
Don't.
we
That one
spent
don't.
like
Oh, that's true.
$70 on candy.
You should have a Mr. Big in that package. I thought that was in US as well. That's why I didn't put it on my list.
I'm gonna have to look for it.
There.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
what is on the inside of that?
A wafer.
It's like
It's like a
really
wafer.
crispy wafer.
Like one of those
Dude,
vanilla wafers.
It's not caramel, so you don't want it.
But there's caramel in it.
I asked because maybe it's just the Skype feed, but it kind of looked like coconut. I was like,
Yeah, that's what it was. You don't like
coconut.
I gotta get one of my.
I was like, I'm a weirdo. I love almond joys and mounds. So
Oh, I do too.
yeah.
I do too.
We have Bounty bars. We don't have mounds. We have Bounty bars. Or it's just the same thing.
Isn't the Bounty coconut?
Yeah, that's what mounds are.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
All right.
Caramel and Mr. Big, like Jesus.
All right. Any other debate on this one?
Yeah, Joseph. Remember, I got yours through at one point, so
Which
This
one
is
was
a
the one you
personal
chose?
vendetta for him.
that $100,000 thing or whatever. I've never even had it.
All right. Voting for caramel.
Jesus. Oh yeah, you
it
got right.
passes.
Betrayal.
I don't enjoy the Mr. Big.
I love them. They're my favorite candy bar.
All right, here we go. Next up, Hershey's Cookies and Cream versus Snickers.
Oh.
I'm
don't
going to
like
tell
those
you, like I
chocolate.
said, I'm not a fan of cookies and cream, and that's everything. Like that includes candy bars, that includes ice cream. Something about it to me tastes waxy. I don't know what it is, but I've never been a fan.
See, but
I like cookies and cream ice cream. That's
the
what I would say.
Hershey's cookies and cream is
really
really good. Like
It's like eating an Oreo.
I'm with
Yeah.
Eugene. Now that he says it, it does taste waxy.
Was it?
Really?
To me, it does.
I didn't know what it was about white chocolate, and that's what it is.
And
be all
see, I
that.
don't know if it's all white chocolate, but yeah, there's something about white chocolate. Like I said, it's just like, is this the only thing?
I like
Is it?
cookies and cream ice cream, but that's about it.
And I can understand that. So
I'm not going to vote out Snickers. Oh my God.
Snickers, come on.
Snickers. For
They've got a
Christ's sake.
fantastic ad campaign.
They
do.
do. I will
They
give them
do.
that. Yeah.
Not Butterfinger does too, but it didn't even make our
But
list.
no one had fucking Betty White running playing football, and it was like,
Hey, like a girl out there. That was good.
That was a good one.
all right, voting: Hershey's Cookies and Cream, Snickers.
Yeah.
Boom.
I prefer the Hershey's.
I like Snickers.
I know.
Did they have? It was the almond Snickers, right? They have almond Snickers now.
I've never had almond Snickers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them. I just haven't. I haven't.
Mm.
I try not to buy candy bars when I go to the thing, but
Almond Mars bar is even better.
They don't have nuts.
Oh yeah, you guys don't have Mars bar. No, there is an almond.
no,
Mars.
we have Mars
We've
bars.
got almond Mars. I never had one, but next time I get gas.
And see, that's one of those things that, as a kid, I didn't care for nuts in candy. And the older you get, it's like, oh no, you need something to break it up. Like a fucking Hershey bar with almonds is Like I will pick that every day of the week over just a normal Hershey bar. Like those are fantastic. So
I like my Hershey bars with marshmallow and graham cracker.
I do too. And my brother introduced me to taking a Reese's peanut butter cup and using that instead. And that's
I didn't like that.
it was good.
It wasn't as good.
It wasn't as good.
So,
And then
all right.
pop it on ice cream. Diabetes.
Some maple syrup on there.
I know,
go.
right? If we were
You're
naming these
Canadian,
by
Sean, that's some American shit right there.
You
I
start
know,
to shake
right?
After a while, man, holy crap!
If we were naming this episode by the old standard, that would be the name of the episode. Be diabetes. Diabetes.
Is he dead yet?
Or somehow figure out.
Wilford Brimley's dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just put a picture. It's just Wilford Brimley's face.
Wilford
That's just it. That's the name of the episode.
Yes, Wilford
Brought
Brimley.
to you by Wilford.
Yeah. All right, and the final one for the first round is Wonder Bar versus Rice Krispie Treats.
Wonder Bar.
Hands down, because it's all peanut butter and chocolate goodness with a little bit of caramel. You freeze it for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, that shit was good. I do remember that one. So
yeah.
Rice Krispie Treat didn't have a snowball's chances.
Didn't have a prayer.
Now, if you melted a Wonder Bar on top of it.
Hey.
All right, so moving on to round two.
Toffee and
We got two crunches up first. The round two, we have the Crunchy Bar versus the Nestle Crunch Bar.
Oh, well,
Damn it. I'm going with the crunchy.
crunchy for sure.
Yeah, it beat me out.
So now he's like, well, if it defeated me, then I want it to go all the way. Just say that I'm the only one that could beat me was number one. So
yeah.
So obviously it doesn't matter. Y'all all voting for the Crunchy Bar. So
yeah, the Crunchy Bar is so
I
good.
think the Canadians are voting the Crunchy Bar.
Sorry.
And it takes so long to eat if you eat it right.
If you eat them right, you can make that last.
Nice. Yeah. All right, next up is Coffee Crisp versus 100 Grand.
Oh,
I'm voting Coffee Crisp on this one. Like I said,
I would vote Coffee Crisp as well.
You haven't even had one.
I feel like I've had something similar to a Coffee Crisp because I think they sell something like that.
Yeah, next time they send us a care package, like we'll have to get together and
you should actually try dipping it in coffee, like just to warm the chocolate on it. My grandma taught me that one.
Given the way this show is going, Sean, I figured you were going to say melt the Nestle Crunch and then dip the Coffee Crisp in the Nestle Crunch.
That is good. I've tried it.
Into some coffee for fun.
Yeah.
Oh, but seriously,
make
Coffee
sure it's
Crisp
double
dipped in a coffee? Oh.
You got to get a double from Timmy's, and then melt it all into that.
I do a triple if I'm on the go.
Oh, God.
All right. We got another Canadian face-off. Smarties versus Caramel.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Oh,
this sucks.
Smarties.
Oh, you guys suck.
I'm voting for the Caramel.
Smarties.
I gotta go with Smarties, man.
I'm going with the caramel.
Yeah.
Does that mean I'm the
picked
tiebreaker?
caramel.
You are the tiebreaker, sir. You have not had either.
I have
so
not had
basically,
either of those.
okay. So basically, it would be like upscale M&Ms versus. How would you? What would you kind of compare the caramel to, Sean?
Rolo.
Yeah, like a Rolo, only in a chocolate bar form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Rolo and a chocolate bar.
Yeah, that's what a caramel is.
Okay, so if it's Rolo and a chocolate bar, then it's the caramel.
Okay.
100%.
All right.
Because I like me some Rolos.
Hell yeah. So when my brother and I were in college, it was his birthday. I made him a birthday cake, and I got. Was it the caramel? I want to say it was Rolos. Maybe it was It was Rolos or something like that. It was a very rich. And I basically like spelled his name on the cake with it or whatever. And unbeknownst to me, like as we start chopping up the cake and eating, we're just like, oh my god, this is so rich. Like it was way too much.
I think it was my daughter's birthday. I did a chocolate cake, double layer, with 2 things of chocolate icing, and then a whole ton of mini Rolos in the middle
Oh my
and on
god.
top. And she was like the slices were super thin.
Oh yeah, I
because
bet.
that was, and then I was so sick.
Yeah.
But it was so good. I was so sick. Oh my god. But it was so good.
Lucas is over here trying to get in the door. Would you stop? If y'all hear banging, it's the cat.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right, last one for round 2 is Snickers versus the Wonder Bar.
Oh
no!
You know what has to win, guys. You know what has to win.
The Wonder Bar.
It has to. It has to beat out the Snickers.
That thing was so fucking good.
I
That
know.
thing was
Yeah, I'm
fantastic.
gonna have to go with Wonder Bar on this one. I hate it, but yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
Wonder Bar.
All right. The problem with doing this, with not only the fact that I have not had some of these Canadian candies in several years, and Joseph hasn't had them at all in some cases. It's the fact that y'all were right. The candy is up there were so much better than the candy here in the U.S. and I don't understand that. It's just like
We can do it without trans fat too, man.
it's like
that is
Some of us can't eat
crazy
trans
shit.
fat.
yeah.
Because that's where your flavor comes from. We have to improvise. Who the hell knows what's in our shit now?
And it's like
Maple
like
syrup.
I said, you would think, the way, Americans are about like fast food and junk food and stuff like that, we'd be like, oh no, we're gonna have some of the best. And it's just like, no, it's
Yours
not.
is garbage.
You guys
Yeah.
just loaded with corn syrup. That's it.
Yeah. It's the high fructose.
Well,
corn syrup.
and you cheap out on your chocolate.
That's the other. That's
Yeah.
the biggest one.
And yeah, you got rid of my Toblerone, you sons of bitches.
You're never gonna forget that. All right.
No, I'm not. That's no.
All right, round 3. We're down to the final 4.
Okay.
The Crunchy Bar versus the Coffee Crisp.
Oh no.
Sorry, that's still crunchy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go coffee on this one.
Oh no.
Oh, it's so simple though, right? Because it's just
It's sponge toffee and chocolate.
coffee, Sean, that's it. It's all you need. It's perfect. And it's not overly sweet, but it's not.
I wonder what it tastes like dipped in coffee. Oh. Oh my god! I know what I'm doing next time I get one.
Write it down so you can remember it, Sean.
I want to know what the coffee does.
He's just gonna
It's
put his
sponge
coffee in there.
It's gonna suck
and
up the coffee.
ice cubes, but it's little
chocolate. It's chocolate instead of ice cubes.
I gotta go with the crunchy.
I know what I didn't tell you. So
I think that
when
carries.
I was doing research because I did research on what was Canadian chocolates and candies because I didn't want to pick those for this. And the Crunchy Bar came up, and I found a peanut butter with crunchy in it. It like has little Crunchy Bars. It's by Cadbury. It's like $8 a jar. I don't fucking care. I'm going to order it.
Extra shot of insulin that day.
I know, right?
Brand new. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to insulin the night before for Christ's sake.
I have to.
But it's gonna be so worth it. But it has little things of Crunchy Bar in it.
All right.
Wow.
The second to last pick is the Caramello versus the Wonder Bar.
Wonder Bar.
Wunderbar.
Wonder Bar.
This is all just Canadian.
You got the
Poor
chocolate.
Joseph.
Yeah,
I guess so.
you got the peanut butter and the caramel in there, and again, if it's
It does.
Wonder Bar.
Wonder Bar.
Bar.
All my picks are gone.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the last ones have been nothing but Canadian stuff, and I halfway thought that was going to be the case. But so if you listen to this show and you live in the U.S., not up at the northern border, which by the way they're talking about opening up the border here pretty quick.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
so if you don't live close to the border, get your ass up to Canada and get you a bunch of candy.
Or Amazon it.
Or Amazon.
Yeah.
Or Amazon it. You could do that too.
Or make
All right.
friends with somebody Canadian and they'll mail it to you.
Yeah. That
Or
too.
a fee.
It's expensive.
Not a problem, eh?
All right. So the final pick of the night is the Crunchy Bar versus the Wonder Bar.
Wow.
Man, that's brutal.
That's hard,
It
literally.
depends on the night.
Yeah.
See,
But I have to dip it.
I'm leaning towards the Wonder Bar only because it doesn't hurt your teeth as much.
It can though. No, because if you eat it slightly frozen, that caramel gets hard fast, and it gets like.
But it gets
You're
gooey.
doing
With
it wrong.
I know.
Right,
So
nuking it?
forget about the Wonder Bar, and then it's just frozen. That's the problem. But crunchy's just crunchy no matter what you do to it.
That's what I mean. The crunch is going to hurt your teeth no matter what you do.
Yes. The dilemma. Unless you dip it in coffee. Oh my
Unless you
God.
dip it in coffee.
I haven't
The
tried
great tiebreaker.
Oh.
This is hard.
Coffee is the great equalizer.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah.
Well, Eugene, you've had both.
I'm going with the Wonder Bar. I liked the fact that it was good, and you were like, oh no, put it in the freezer for just a little bit. And I like when there's those little like hacks and treats, and things like that. Like, Reese's Cups kind of the same way. They're great just by themselves. But if you put them in the fridge so that they're not frozen, they're not hard, they're just a little chilled, they're so much better. So
that's like Doritos with sour cream.
Oh God, it's surprisingly good, but it's,
I don't think I've tried that.
But you got to get the Cool Ranch Doritos.
Get the Cool Ranch Doritos and have a little bit of sour
Poor
cream
killing
on there.
Sean. Poor
They are
Sean.
not speaking for all
Joseph,
Canadians.
what does this sound like to you?
The zesty Doritos with sour cream.
It's good. Reluctantly so. It's delicious. Yeah.
I can't do sour cream. Ooh.
I don't know. It's
Just
it
try
sounds
it.
like chips with ranch dip.
Try it and let me know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So if you do the Cool Ranch into sour cream, you're getting the Cool Ranch rub all over the sour cream, which basically turns into ranch dip.
Right. No, you're right. That would be good.
Mm-hmm.
And so instead of having the Cool Ranch flavor mixed all the way through the sour cream, it would be concentrated on the chip. That's interesting. I'm going to have to try that. In fact, I'm going to have to bring that up to Chris.
Let me know how it goes.
Yeah. So was the final vote on Wonder Bar?
Wonder Bar.
Wonder Bar.
Wonder Bar.
Right, there we go.
I'm going to go with Wonder Bar.
Wonder Bar.
All right. So like I was saying, if you are in the United States, get your ass up to Canada and get you some candy bars. So
candy. It's really good because we have English candy.
And healthcare.
And healthcare.
Yeah. Thank God.
Poor Sean. Oh, poor guy.
I say at least we have vaccines coming out our ears. Not that it's done me really well. Anything.
Yeah, really. I've only had 2 vaccines and I haven't got COVID.
Yeah.
So we also don't live in a city either. They live in a city. Yeah.
So and work at a school with kids that go to school. Yeah, it's all right. So that is our episode for the week, ladies and gentlemen. We almost did not do this episode. I'm about 10 hours away. Hopefully, if they keep their standard of messaging about 7 a.m., I'm about 10 hours away from getting a confirmed case of COVID. Earlier this week, we were off on Monday for what did we name it? It's not
Indigenous Peoples Day.
Indigenous Peoples Day. Christopher Columbus Day. That's fine too. So we were off that day, and Christy, my wife, and I went and got our booster shot. And the same day, Nicholas started feeling bad and gave him a COVID test, and it showed positive. So we had him go do a lab test, and sure enough, he had it. We're pretty sure that Alex had it, so we had him take a test, and he did as well. So my wife's been staying home with him all week, and as the week went on and we got close to the weekend, my wife and I both started feeling bad. And had we had our boosters maybe a week before, definitely 2 weeks, we might have stood a chance. But like I told Lainey this morning when I woke up and took a rapid test and it showed positive, I'm like, it's in the castle doors. Like it's you can't hardly beat an invader off once they've gotten within the castle walls. You're pretty much done. So kind of surprised didn't get sick earlier this week. So anyway, just as a heads up, because we were both vaccinated, and hopefully, I'm hoping the booster helped out with this. Basically, everyone in the house kind of has like a flu or cold, and it sucks. So, quarantining at the house all week, and maybe I can actually get some stuff watched and some other stuff done. And like I did continue to work on my ecto a little bit today, but it was like, all right, I'm gonna go out and do this. And I'm gonna go lay down for about an hour. So it's I'm not pushing myself by any means. So all right, well that being said, let's go ahead and move on to our picks and pans. Would anyone like to go first?
Sure.
All right, Ray, go on.
I'm going to pick it because I know Chris actually enjoyed it. So my pick is that my wife actually really enjoyed an NHL documentary.
Okay.
Amazon did, so Amazon Prime did an All or Nothing about the Toronto Maple Leafs, and it was really well done. And what I loved about it was because the Leafs lost last year in the playoffs in such a horrible fashion,
but only in Leaf fashion, right? Like
only in Leaf fashion. Like it was historic in a terrible way. That being said, the narrative coming out afterwards was that the players didn't really give a shit, and that but watching that documentary, you could tell those guys were just heartbroken, and made you kind of fall in love with some of the guys on the team. So
Jack Campbell is a treasure.
Yes, he's the goalie for the Maple Leafs right now.
They call him Soupy.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes, that'll be my pick, and I know you're trying to keep this short, so.
Chris, what's your pick and or pan?
I'm going to go through this real quick because they're all picks. Okay. Lucifer, finished the whole season. The last season, that's fine if you don't put too much stock in it. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, starting to watch that. I'm on season 4. It's funny. Andy Samberg's hilarious. And the Great Canadian Baking Show season 4, which was really good. They got 2 new hosts. I cried at the last episode because it was very heartwarming and everybody cried. So I cried.
Great Canadian Baking Show and you cried?
Yes, I did.
The winner was so sweet.
She was adorable. She was so cute, and but they cried. Like on the show, they cried. And when people do that on a show, I instinctively cry. I cry.
Okay.
I know. And then the last one is Love on the Spectrum, season 2. So Love on the Spectrum is a show about, it's not really a dating show, it's more of a documentary about people who are on the autism spectrum finding love, because the statistic is that people who are on the spectrum, about 9% of them, only 9% actually have relationships. And they want relationships, but they have this buffer. And to have it, Quinn is neurodivergent. He's not on the spectrum, but he would have been about 15 years ago. So what he has is a new diagnosis. It's called social pragmatic communication disorder, and it comes across as Asperger's. But he doesn't have some of the autism hallmarks like rigidity and repetitiveness, and he's very adaptable. So I worry that my little baby isn't going to find somebody. And so watching this show, I cried both seasons. I cried. It was so sweet and heartwarming. It's based in Australia. They do a really good job of making them, like they're regular people, and they're looking for what everybody wants. They just want love and acceptance, and it's really beautiful.
Season 1 was fantastic. I didn't know season 2 was out yet.
Oh yeah, it's really good. And Michael's back. It's hilarious. I love that kid. He's so
funny. Joseph?
I guess it's going to be Venom, Let There Be Carnage. It was a great movie. The after credit scene just made it that much more worth it.
Okay. Sean?
2 picks. Venom, once again. It was great. It was funny. The other pick is Disney Plus's Only Murders in the Building. I had a wicked migraine for like 3 days this week, and I ended up binge watching all the episodes Disney Plus had on it. It is so funny. It is so perfect with Steve Martin and Martin Short and Selena Gomez and Tina Fey's in it briefly, and so good. And then my pan is one of my cats is not doing well. He is hobbling around. His one back leg is totally gimped up, and we're gonna have to take him to the vet. And he's getting to that age where I don't know if he's going to be coming back from the vet. So Deb and I have to make some really hard decisions in the next couple of days.
That sucks, man. I'm sorry about that. That's where we were last Christmas. So, pick and pan. Pan is obviously COVID. Sucks. Like I said, luckily, I say luckily, Christy and I had both gotten our shots. We were getting a booster. We were hoping it was going to be, enough in time. So, I'm not being political or anything. If you're listening to this and you have not gotten a shot, go do it. Like there's more and more research coming out saying that even if you got COVID and you recovered from it and you didn't get vaccinated, you have a high chance of getting it again. So just go do it. My pick, I guess this is a slight pick. So the boys and I watched Star Wars Visions, which were these, I think it was 9 short anime inspired. Well, they were inspired by the Star Wars universe, but they were these little short animes, and they cover the gambit. Like there's the traditional, like just kind of a samurai walks into the town, saves the town. There's also the the hyper like animated characters and very cutesy. There's kind of some stuff that's a little darker. I don't know how much the boys enjoyed it. I thought it was just okay. But it was definitely interesting seeing these artistic takes on stuff in the Star Wars universe. Has nothing to do with anything that's going on, so it's not like you have to keep track of anything. They don't even connect to each other. But it is kind of cool to see, like I say, a samurai walk into a town with a droid floating, next to him or whatever, and then shit go down. And when he pulls out his sword, it's a lightsaber and goes to town. So, it was kind of cool. So, but like I said, definitely, it's not a hard pick. It's not like, oh yeah, you definitely gotta go watch this. So, well, that is our show for the month, ladies and gentlemen. If you would please give us a 5-star rating on iTunes, Google, Stitcher, wherever it is you listen to the show. You can also check out the rest of our shows, Creatively Geeky, Marginally Geeky, and Sustainably Geeky might be kind of going on a little bit of a hiatus. We'll see. Apparently, school is really starting to get to Jen, but we'll have to find out. Which I kept telling her, I was like, "Well, take a break." She's like, "No, I don't want to take a break." And I'm like, "Okay, then don't take a break." But I can't find anyone. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, lady. So anyway, so definitely go check out the other shows. And as always, you can find us at epicallygeeky.com. And then you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Epically Geeky. Where can we find you online, Ray?
The Reluctant Yeti on Instagram.
Chris?
You can find me on all the shows you mentioned and on Instagram at Rose and Hummingbird.
Sean?
Fucking with Wikipedia is fucking with me. Your favorite broken toy on Instagram. Probably the easiest.
Joseph?
Just Google my name, something will pop up.
And as always, you can follow my individual wacky adventure online at Optimachine on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For everyone on the site, have a good night.